Is cockroach milk the future of nutrition? Scientists say it's more nutritious than cow's milk.
Wait, did you say Katy Perry?
Yeah, Katy Perry is going to space.
They were being romantic and they put a popsicle up there. I'm terrified, Molly. I am laughing right now, but I'm actually terrified. Like, this is the beginning of Terminator, Molly. You're laughing now because these robots are so cute looking, but if this is real, I'm terrified.
Roll up to my table and you won't believe it's ridiculous. Not just serving cookies, now I'm spilling tea. It's ridiculous.
Hey, my little rebels. Welcome back to Rodiculous. Today, I am again hanging out with my sister, Mo.
Hey, everybody.
And I just wanted to remind you guys before we start that you can listen to Rodiculous Podcast anywhere that you listen to your podcast, anywhere that you get them, like Apple, Spotify. And if you'd like to help us out, do us a favor, just give us a rating over there. And if you're listening and watching on YouTube, welcome to another episode. I'm so excited because we got so much feedback from you guys that you loved the last episode with Mo and I, and you really loved our dynamic. And I got so excited, and I talked to Mo and I asked her if she would do more of these with me because Mo is more of an introvert. So I wouldn't say that you're an off-camera personality because you're like, you do great on camera. You just get a little bit more shy.
Yeah, I'm just a little more reserved.
Yeah. So, but she said she was comfortable with it and she was excited. And you guys loved the last episode when we were covering Rodiculous news. The feedback from the last episode was probably the most positive that we've gotten so far on the podcast. And I am flattered. That makes my heart so happy, Molly. Like to hear that people like to watch us hang out together and listen to us and listen to our conversations and be a part of it. Like, that just makes my heart happy because one of my favorite episodes that we've done in this short amount of time was where you and I played Edward 40 Hands and we just talked about life. Because I feel like that was, if Molly and I were at the bar, that would be our conversations. Like that's
just chit-chatting.
Yep, hanging out with us. And I thought that's what I want the vibe to be. I want it to be hanging out with the girlies. So I want it to feel like we're out at brunch, we're out at a bar, we're just hanging out at home.
We didn't even get through 10% of
No.
some of my favorite random articles.
Is there more animal articles?
There is. There's actually one that I really enjoy.
Because something that was lacking from the last episode, because you love reality TV, and I was surprised that there was no news about anything going on in the reality TV world, because you're more of a reality girl.
I love reality TV. I can only watch so many at the same time, though. That's the only issue. I want to watch them all. And I'm really getting into this. It's so much fun. And so I even made categories this time. I have a spreadsheet.
Did you make an Excel? Yeah. Okay, for everybody listening, my sister will make an Excel sheet for anything.
It's so helpful.
She loves Excel. She's so like analytical and organized. And then I'm over here
oh my gosh,
around like a butterfly.
I met a mom that I instantly connect with, which doesn't always happen, and she out-excelled me. She out-excelled me.
Out-excelled you?
We were talking about doing a trip, and she broke it down by like dates, by options, by I think it was color-coded. And
well, that's it, Molly. You got to get the color code going because yours are pretty thorough. Like you guys, whenever I go traveling, Molly helps me pack, and she literally will write me an Excel what to pack sheet.
It's important. It's important because otherwise you don't know if you packed it or not. Then you get frustrated. Then you have to probably go buy another one. And
I show up and I have no socks. I show up and I'm like, oh wait, I forgot all of these things. I'm more just like throw it in the bag and go, and then we'll figure it out later. So before we jump into the news categories that Molly wants to talk about, we have a new guest today here on the Rodiculous podcast. Molly, would you like to introduce the guest?
It's the one and the only Henry Chip.
So this is Molly's dog, and Henry Chip is 100 years old. Well, he looks 100, but he's not 100.
He has a white beard. He's a little Shih Tzu Yorkie mix, and he is actually he's a Shorkie or a shitty if you on a bad day. And
I like that one. That's
like my dog dad joke I've been telling for about 12 years now.
Well, I watch Best in Show every year. It's still one of my favorite comedy movies, and those dog dad jokes are perfect.
They still
Perfect
slap?
realm. Yeah, they still slap for me. I like it.
But he is 12 years old now.
Oh my gosh, I wonder how old he is in dog years. Let's think about it. Wait, okay, so if he's
7,000.
no, it goes kind of by weight. There's like a chart at the veterinarian office. That
I thought
I've
it was
seen.
just a solid 7.
Oh no, it goes by weight. So if you have a small dog, a medium dog, or a large dog, and then it goes by weight and age. So if he's 12, and how much does he weigh?
26 pounds.
He's between 69 and 75 years old.
I'd say
dog
it's definitely
years.
more 75. I'd say he's
75
definitely
years
a little
young,
older.
Hanny.
Yeah,
You're
good
doing great. He
boy.
still has great energy, and he's doing pretty good. He just, for some reason, appearance-wise, maybe we need to give him some of that, reverse aging stuff, because I wonder if they help do it for dogs. Because
I don't know.
Henry, this poor man, he's not only got the snaggle teeth that go like this.
Yeah, he's got a huge underbite.
Not only that, but I feel like he only has one tooth.
Yeah, they had to extract all of the ones that were exposed.
He's gonna need dentures soon.
Yeah, well, we give him
gonna have to
soft
get him
food. We give
doggy
him that like
dentures.
soft ground up fresh food
The good stuff, yeah.
Because he doesn't have that many teeth left.
Yeah. Well, I'll look into it. Maybe he can have doggy soup.
Well, speaking of animals, that is actually the first category that I have for today.
Oh my gosh, Molly, fill me in. Let's get ready for the row report. Molly, give me that Rodiculous news. Boop, 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 boop. Speaking of animals.
Speaking of animals, in the Czech Republic, damn fine beavers saved them $1 million.
Beavers?
Beavers, these Czech Republic beavers, flooded a protected former army training site where a long-stalled dam was planned. The plan was first drafted in 2018, but they couldn't get the permits and it was delayed. And then these beavers came and built the dams for them and saved them $1 million.
Oh my goodness. These beavers are heroes, you guys. They saved $1 million by naturally building their own dam.
I mean, doesn't that make you love nature even more?
I love nature. How sweet of them.
Yeah, and they said everybody's pretty happy about it, but there are some farmers in the area who don't enjoy them.
Don't enjoy the beavers or the dam?
I think it's the beavers, because the beavers made this natural wetland.
They're so cute. How could you not like a beaver? All they do is make their little dam. Wait, why don't they like them?
Says the furry mammals have their critics, with farmers and others complaining of the destruction they caused by felling trees. So they don't like that they knocked over the trees to make the dam.
They have to build their home.
And like they just saved you $1 million. Like,
Although
where are they going to get the trees from?
Trees will grow back. Let the beavers build a home.
and make a new wetland.
Here I am, ready to fight with a farmer for the poor little beavers.
Doing the work that has been delayed for so long. They had the drive. They got it done before all this red
Where
tape.
was this? Where was this located?
The Czech Republic.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if this happened in Oregon, that's beaver country. So everyone would be on the
truly
beaver
is.
side. There's a Beaverton, Beaver Creek, Beaver River, Beaver everything.
Yeah, all those cities are named after beavers.
I'm surprised.
They're the mascot.
They are?
Yeah, of Oregon State University.
Oh, I thought you meant like of the Oregon flag.
Oh, they are actually probably the state animal.
Are they the state animal? I would imagine.
They have to be.
What's our state animal in California? A bear?
Bear.
Big bear.
Yeah, and then Washington was the bald eagle.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Wait, no, salmon. Wait. Molly, what's terrible is that
Salmon.
we've lived there longer than anywhere, and we don't know. But
Maybe
we
it's a
know
state
for
bird.
California, and we know for Oregon, but we don't know. Mike, could you fact check this?
What's
for
the
us?
What's the
What is-
Washington flower? Is it a rhododendron?
Washington State has multiple state animals, including the Olympic marmot, the American goldfinch, and the Pacific tree frog, and the orca.
Not a bald eagle.
Did we not get one of those right?
No. There's like 18. We didn't know it.
We grew up there.
Well, okay, but what about the state
Five.
flower? But what about this state flower?
Okay, Molly's voting for rhododendron. Let me vote before the voting poll
Oh,
ends.
okay.
I'm going to vote for, rhododendron is really great, especially for the rain. It can't be a fruit, right?
It's
a plant.
rhododendron.
It's the rhododendron. Good job, Molly.
So I remember that.
Okay.
I didn't know orca. Tree frog. Maybe I have heard
Okay.
tree frog before.
I had a pet frog growing up, so that makes a lot of sense to me. Do you remember him?
But honestly, how many tree frogs do you find in the wild? Aren't all the frogs
lot.
in the pond?
There's a lot of frogs.
I thought tree frogs were
Molly,
tropical.
insert the cutest tree frog video I have ever seen in my life. It made me laugh. I almost peed myself.
Oh my
And
gosh,
I
is that
sent
when he's
it
feeding
to
the worm?
you.
Grayson has made me watch that like over 100 times.
Well, yeah, my little nephew has great taste.
I will catch him walking around with his finger out and pretending like they're on his finger.
My whole feed is animals, and one of my favorite shows, The Unlikely Animal Friends.
What
two
show is
animals.
that?
That's what it's called, Unlikely Animal Friends on Animal Planet, I believe. It's like two animals that would not normally be friends, but then the show is about their friendship, like a deer and a dog, or a dog and a hippo. Or,
I love that.
It's a lot of dogs, actually. The dogs are friends with everybody.
Why did I not know about
A dog
this?
and a rhino. But the rhino, they are codependent. So they partnered it with the dog, but that wasn't the best for the rhino because it's a grazing animal. So then they paired it with a sheep. So now they pair it with the sheeps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They have a
but-
little more in common.
It's such a cute show. Sorry, I digress. Back to these tree frogs. This video is the cutest thing. This gal uploads really cute videos of her tree frogs that she takes care of, and I'm obsessed with them. And when she feeds them,
It's so cute. I think they're just being silly. And it's just so sweet to hear how much love that this woman has for these sweet little pets. That's like my favorite part. Like she
Dogs are
gets
adorable.
such a chuckle out of these sweet little things.
she's feeding them the worms, and they keep getting confused and like chomping on her finger, but it doesn't hurt at all. They don't have teeth. Like, they're
Yeah, it's silly.
They're like gumming her finger.
It's really cute.
We are going to be taking a quick break here to talk about one of this week's sponsors, Nutrafol. As you guys know, I love expressing myself through my hair, and I have tried hundreds of different styles over the years. But if you're someone that's noticing more shedding or thinning than usual in your hair, it can be frustrating, embarrassing, or even confusing. And that's why I started using Nutrafol. And I have to say that I'm very happy with the results. I've been taking Nutrafol for a while now, and I've seen improved hair growth and decreased shedding, and a lot of my friends and family have noticed as well. Nutrafol works from the inside out, targeting a range of things like stress, nutrition, and even hormones. Hormones. Those dang things. Nutrafol is actually the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. Their formulas are physician formulated and 100% drug free, supporting visibly stronger, healthier hair from within in just 3 to 6 months. And they don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach. Nutrafol has different formulas tailored for different stages of life, like postpartum, and menopause, and even for plant-based lifestyles. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol is offering Rodiculous listeners $10 off your first month subscription plus free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and use the promo code ROW. I feel like a cheerleader. That's Nutrafol.com and use the promo code ROW. R-O. Give your hair the love it deserves with Nutrafol.
All right, in our next animal ridiculous news.
It's another animal?
It's another animal. We have this animal category, kind of.
I'm excited. This is like my favorite day.
And, well, zoogoers are appalled as dogs painted to look like tigers were seen in their habitat. I don't know why, but the zoo took
Is this real?
like those big chow chows and they painted them like tigers and put them in there. They were dyeing 2 dogs black and orange to look like tigers.
Why? Where's their tigers? That's the drama. They tried to get doppelgangers in there, and people were like, "Clocked ya."
Well,
That's a chow chow.
And last year, the same zoo got in trouble. Like, people were mad and wanted refunds because they dyed Chow Chow's pandas and put them in panda beer.
Let me see this. Molly, this is wild.
They took the big fluffy Chow Chows and they made them look like tigers. And then they made them look like pandas.
I will say chow chows are a much more convincing panda than a tiger. However, the legs are all wrong.
People clocked blocked the panda ones because they said the dog started panting. And they're like, pandas don't pant. And they're like...
The panda lifts up its leg to pee just like a dog.
They're like, no.
Like, pandas don't do that. Pandas are the cutest animals. Oh, God, I'm obsessed with them.
And people were really upset and
I would
demanded
be too.
refunds from the zoo. They wanted to see the pandas. They wanted to see the tigers.
I'd be upset too, but I'd also be concerned. Like, where did their tigers go?
Well, they never had pandas.
They never had pandas? Because I'm like, did they sell their pandas? Like,
I mean, you don't think people would actually...
I'm like, who's managing the zoo? Is
mean,
the
maybe
zoo
if you-
manager just like on the side as a side hustle? Is this selling exotic animals from the zoo? And then he's replacing them with
chow
fakes?
chows.
Molly,
What's
we're
next to
like
bear?
basically pet detectives now.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, do you remember Ace Ventura Pet Detective?
I don't think you can forget that.
Yeah, so we'd be like the new ones.
Okay.
And you know what? I think we got to go on a mission and find these missing tigers.
Find the tigers because they're not here.
They're not at this zoo. I do like the concept of dyeing dogs for fun because there are people on Instagram who are serious artists and they dye your dog's, fur and hair color depending whether you have a fur dog or like yours, your Yorkie has hair. And they use it all natural, safe ingredients, and they do this, and it's incredible. I'm going to put a picture on the screen, so for anyone listening, got to check out the YouTube video, but this is so cool. They can literally make them look like tigers or different animals, and
It's an art form.
it is amazing. I really want to do it for coconut. So dyeing your dog's fur is one thing, but then trying to pass them off as another species.
At a zoo where you're charging people money to see them.
Those chow chows with the tiger. I mean, that wasn't even as good as these artists on Instagram. Like, they need to hire this guy, like, because his are way better quality. I might believe it a little better. All right, Molly, what other tea do you have for me today?
Well, this is has to do with cake that goes with your tea.
Okay.
But
Ooh,
an
food.
opossum eats an entire Costco chocolate cake in a Nebraska yard, sending him straight to the doctor.
Did you say a possum?
Yeah.
Like the animal, a possum.
An opossum. This possum. Here's a picture. No, it's this possum. Eats an entire chocolate cake.
They called him the cake bandit? This is so sad. This is so mean.
He's okay. So he's okay.
It was a Costco cake?
It's a Costco cake.
Oh my gosh, cake bandit, possum hospitalized after eating an entire Costco cake.
The woman said that there wasn't enough room in her fridge, so she just sits it on the table outside in the winter when she has too much food. And her son took some fresh made peanut butter balls outside to cool and discovered an opossum curled up on the outdoor sectional, covered in chocolate paw prints.
Oh, no.
The cake had been.
She basically walked in on that possum covered in chocolate. Just looks like he OD'd.
I enjoy that he was on their sectional too, like not just on the ground. Like he was like, oh, and went up on the couch and laid down.
Like, I'm seeing the light. I'm gonna die right here. I gotta get up on this couch and I'm gonna have a comfortable nap.
Furniture. And the cover was off the cake and almost gone. The opossum was not moving and appeared to be panting. We thought we better call the Humane Society and get this guy checked out.
Go save him.
So the Nebraska Humane Society
Nebraska.
took him to the Nebraska Wildlife Rehab.
I love that there's a rehab for him ODing on cake.
and they posted him on social media. They said they treated him with activated charcoal to neutralize any potential toxins from the chocolate. And then she also found that he had a high level of lead, likely from eating insects. So he got a whole scan, a whole doctor report.
Blood health scan.
Yeah.
After his emergency visit to rehab.
Imagine just seeing the little trail of chocolatey prints and then like climbing up on your sectional. Isn't it when they get scared they play dead? So did this guy eat so much he got scared and played dead on the sectional?
I don't know if he was playing dead. It sounds like he was literally about to die. Like he's on his last leg there. I don't think he was playing around at this point. I don't think this was a survivalist.
That's your own doing. Like, even if you find cake, just eat part of it.
Well, they don't know that. Cake doesn't naturally exist in nature, Molly. How would a possum know that? Let's go ahead and take a quick break to talk about one of this week's sponsors, Beam. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited to talk about Beam again because not only have they been a longtime sponsor of Rodiculous, but they have truly helped me completely change my nighttime routine. This is the one right here that I have been drinking every night before bed. The flavor is brownie batter, but it basically tastes like a cup of hot cocoa, and then I get the best rest of my life. This is the new me. I've talked about this a little bit before, but I'm someone whose mind always seems to be racing at night, especially when I'm trying to sleep. For many years, this has led to many problems due to lack of consistent quality sleep. That is until I started using Beam, a science-backed healthy hot cocoa for sleep. It is amazing. Other sleep aids that I've tried would cause next day grogginess, but Dream contains a powerful all-natural blend of reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed and not groggy. You can make it a part of your nighttime routine, and it's available in delicious flavors like sea salt caramel, brownie batter, also vanilla chai, and Beam Dream Powder, the original flavor cinnamon cocoa. It's guilt-free as each serving is only 15 calories and 0 grams of sugar. Better sleep has definitely never tasted better. Just mix it together into hot water or milk. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, get up to 40% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/Rosanna and use the code Rosanna at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/Rosanna and use the code Rosanna for up to 40% off. Well, you know what?
What?
I think today's like my favorite day in the world.
Oh.
Because it's just you and me getting to hang out and talk. When do we get to do this on a rainy day?
Cozied up.
This is
Cuddling with some
our
dogs.
Like, this is heaven.
It's pretty good. You're getting so sappy right now.
I'm like getting sappy in my old age.
Oh my God, you're not that old.
When am I in dog years?
Shut up. And, well, if it goes by weight, I mean longer.
All right, Molly's going to give us the last piece of our animal Rodiculous news.
I feel like our friend Brian Johnson, Mr. Longevity, would actually really like this one. Is cockroach milk the future of nutrition? Scientists say it's more nutritious than cow's milk.
Ew.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, they're saying it's found to be 3 times more nutritious than cow's milk. They're calling it a superfood.
First off, Molly, how do you milk a cockroach? It doesn't have nipples.
Well, first of all,
Does it?
do you know that?
No, I don't. I just never assumed the cockroach had nipples.
Okay, so the article just says
not Googling them a
It's
lot,
not.
like-
I don't think it's like actual milk, but it's something that the cockroach forms to feed its young.
Slime? So it's cockroach slime.
But they're saying that the milk is rich in proteins, fats, and sugars, making it one of the most nutrient-dense substances on the planet.
Well, if nothing else, it's good to know that in an apocalypse, you could just eat some cockroaches.
Just eat the cockroaches.
And they're very beneficial, I guess.
I feel like in places that eat fried insects, maybe they knew about this decades before us.
Well, you've traveled the world, but you had bugs, right? Were they
Yeah.
grasshoppers or like, what was that?
Yeah, grasshoppers, a scorpion.
You ate a scorpion?
I ate a scorpion.
Do they take the poison out?
No, you eat the tail. Well, I think when you fry them, it just fries everything away.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I call just bake it out. Mike went to Australia for a month, and when he was there, they took him around, and he ate a witchetty grub.
I don't even know what that means.
They're like big squishy bugs. He said he'd try anything once.
Big?
So,
Like how big?
well, and he's a picky eater. You know him. He's
Yeah.
very particular.
Like a tennis ball?
But he said he'll try anything once, so he tried it, and he said they grilled it over the fire,
Oh.
and he said it tastes like chicken.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait, how big is this bug?
You probably have seen them in like movies or cartoons, but they're those squishy kind of bugs.
And they're squished, tastes like chicken?
I I don't know what eats them. Maybe wombats or something. I heard they're
Do
just
wombats
like really,
eat bugs?
They're good protein. In California, if we ever got a permit, they allowed a permit to own a wombat, I would have at least 4 of them immediately because they remind me of these little bulldogs. They're like bigger and they have bigger like claws, but they just look like little.
They have them at the LA Zoo. Did you know that?
Well, maybe I got to go talk to that general manager. Maybe a few more animals can go missing. And the spray paint.
We can put a chow chow in the
Put a chow chow in there.
spray paint.
We'll make it look like a wombat, and then they'll just be at my house.
Gray chow chow. We'll just throw them in there.
Going back to this cockroach milk, would you try it?
Yeah.
You're lactose intolerant, Molly.
But I can have goat milk. I can have like goat cheese. It's a different kind of protein that's in there.
Oh, that's right. Because milk for lactose intolerance, it's built up of 2 factors. One of them is the.
I know what you're saying, and I don't know the names of it, but exactly.
I don't think I would try it.
Oh.
And I would try anything once.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I don't want to do that unless it's a last resort. Because Molly, I just watched this movie called Snowpiercer, and apparently it's also been turned into a series. But it's like in the future, and they're on a train that has to keep moving to keep humanity alive, and there's all these carts.
It's a lot of pressure.
Back cart, like the caboose, and that's basically the socioeconomic status. Like closer to the front of the train is more like VIP, fancy, more.
So all of
wealthy,
humanity
elite.
is on this one train?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's crowded.
And then there's literally the middle class is the middle carts, and then the caboose are the group that just keep everything going. Engineers and and everything is on this system. And you know what they have them eat? Cockroach granola bars. They take cockroaches and just grind them up and just make these granola bars for them. So I'm like, you know what? If I could avoid eating cockroaches for as long as possible, I think I'm going to be very happy.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's not eating the cockroach. It's eating a substance from the cockroach.
Gross, Molly. No.
I'd try it.
No.
try it.
That's like eating a cockroach booger. Would you do it?
Yes.
Mine would only be survival mode. If we were stuck in the mountains or something after like a plane wreck, I would do what I had to do. The only thing I could never do is I couldn't eat our animals.
Oh,
They would starve with me. I'm sorry. I just could never do it.
Yeah. And that's it for animal news. And so
Dang it. More.
maybe next time.
Okay.
But now I found some really cool articles in tech.
Oh my goodness. I wonder if Justine knows about him already.
Probably. I mean, I thought she would be in this next group of ladies, but the first all-female spaceflight is going to happen.
No way.
Yeah, the first all-woman Blue Origin crew, which includes Katy Perry and Gayle King.
Wait, did you say Katy Perry?
Yeah, Katy Perry is going to space. With,
Katy and Gayle?
Yeah, Oprah's BFF.
Oprah's best friend for life?
Yeah.
Are going up in a spaceship?
Yeah. Blue Origin, which is the space company founded by Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, put together an all-female crew.
That's so cool. But I'm so nervous for them. Molly, I need to know everything. What is their mission? What are we going into space for?
What are they doing it for?
Just don't go up there to go up there. I mean, that's messing around, I feel like.
That's space tourism. That's next.
Is it safe yet? That's my thing.
I mean, do you remember? Like, the goal is to build a hotel that orbits around the moon, and people go and visit and like stay at the moon hotel and then come back. Was that Elon's goal or Bezos's goal?
Don't a lot of the rockets like blow up still?
Yeah, that just happened.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, ladies, Gayle, Oprah's about to let her best friend go up there. I would wait 20 years.
Okay, look, this mission is part of Blue Origin's New Shepard program, which has flown 52 people above the Kármán line, which is the internationally recognized boundary of space, which is about 62 miles above Earth. So some people just go up really far to where you're weightless, and then come
Right.
back down.
God, is that what this one's doing?
It sounds like it.
Oh, thank goodness. So they're not going to a space station.
Yeah, they're not going to the International Space
Mars.
Station. They're not
They're not
going
like
to the moon.
Katie and Gayle, go find the next creature or habitable element on Mars. They're not doing that to them.
Yeah, this might be a couple hours. I don't know. It didn't go into specific about that.
Okay,
but-
so they're just going up to where it's anti-gravity, right in between the line, and then coming down.
Well, I think they're going above the line, above the 62 miles,
Oh my goodness.
and then coming back down.
Are these ladies friends with Bezos? Is this his company? Who's doing this?
I do not know how that got put together.
I hope all these ladies are on great terms with Mr. Bezos. Like, is there any reason we wouldn't want these ladies to come back? Like, I'm getting a little nervous.
No, I mean, no. Those are some very well-known ladies. You can't just
Wait, is
be
this his
throwing
wife?
anybody in a rocket ship. Yeah, his girlfriend. Oh, is that worse or better if she's going too?
Wait, he's putting. Sorry, I apologize. I thought that was his wife, but that's his girlfriend.
Fiance.
Oh, fiance, right? Okay, so he's putting his fiance on this rocket.
Yeah, she's on there too.
I don't know, Molly. This is either he really believes in this, or like he's like trying to get rid of these ladies.
Or like they couldn't come to terms on the prenup. Or
Stop.
absolutely, I'm just joking about that because
Yeah,
I'm so excited for this.
No, I
and
can't.
I used to go to space camp.
Yeah.
In my summers, and I wanted to be a female astronaut,
We were
but
total
NASA
nerds.
wasn't running anymore. And so I thought, well, that's not going to happen. Nobody's doing spaceflight anymore.
At your space camp,
Yeah.
I couldn't go because I was at band camp. Did you fly a helicopter? I couldn't remember if it was a helicopter or a plane.
It was an airplane. It was a Cessna.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
How many hours did you do?
We just went up and came back down.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
I mean, I guess if you have a licensed pilot, you can have kids in the front.
You're co-piloting
So I
at
was
the
like-
age of 6.
So I'm like, wait, is that legal to like let a
have no
kid
idea.
fly a plane? But
Probably in Washington. It's pretty chill.
I've never thought about that until right now. But I was like, wait a minute. I think I was like 12.
Honestly, I do think flying a plane is easier than driving. You know, when you get your driver's license at 16 or 18.
I'm looking back and wondering if that's where my anxiety came from.
Wait, flying a plane or driving?
Flying.
Flying?
Yeah.
I love flying.
Huh.
I have 20 hours for my pilot's license.
Look who joined us.
Okay. Coco just looks so sad. You guys, if you can see her, send her some love so she can feel better soon.
And you know what? This is a great segue into our next tech category.
What is it?
This is about how Gen Zs and millennials are using AI for emotional support, calling it more effective than a pet.
No way.
Yeah, like than a dog.
Then a dog. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back it up.
Yeah.
Back. I need to see the science. I need to see the studies. I need to see the facts.
They-
because better than a dog.
They surveyed
Over
1,000 folks nationwide and found that 11% of millennials and 10% of Gen Zers prefer artificial intelligence to comfort critters like dogs, birds, fish, and rabbits.
Molly, that's only 10%. So the other 90% of people, they know what's up.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's still 1 out of 10. They're starting to prefer AI, and AI came out like a month ago for widespread use. So
Well, you know what? Dogs can do a lot of other things than AI can. Some dogs could smell cancer. Some dogs help people who can't see walk and get around the city and have an independent life. Some dogs like to play ball with you and it makes you happy. and some dogs are really funny little goobers and they like to cuddle with you. It makes your heart happy.
the same survey, Gen Z is 133% more likely to choose a dog over a cat for easing stress and anxiety.
Woo woo! No,
I thought
you
you'd
know
like
what?
that
This
one.
is I love Gen Z. I'm going to say it now and I'm going to say it proud. I freaking love Gen Z. I'm a millennial, but I firmly believe that Gen Z and millennials need to stick together. I have so much love for them. I really dig them. And I think that they have a really good, like, shared chemistry.
They have a good ship name, Zillennial.
The Zillennial love is real. Hashtag Zillennials. We love them.
Yeah. Well, don't get it clucked up. Cheerup chickens are high on the rise.
What?
Chickens have gained a fan base among younger Americans, said researchers, with 19% of millennials and 18% of Gen Z favoring them as emotional support animals.
Okay, again, nothing's better than the dog, but I do love this because I love chicken.
A cheerup chicken.
This is so cute.
And with the price of eggs right now, it just makes sense.
I know, have your own fresh eggs.
Yes.
That would be amazing. You guys, another farm fact that I know from my boyfriend who grew up on a hay farm is that chickens on average lay an egg a day.
It's so good.
If you had like 4 little chickens, you'd get like 4 eggs a day. You could do scrambled eggs or like for baking.
You could just make a killing at a farmer's market.
These are organic.
Organic, fresh.
My boyfriend grew up with chickens and he was saying that they're so sweet.
Oh.
Like they're great pets and they will like follow you around and
Yeah, this says their gentle nature and unique personalities help reduce anxiety and promote emotional well-being.
if I got chickens, I would name them all fruit names.
You know what? I know a chicken that made me laugh so hard. Have you seen those TikToks when it's Pitbull and it's like, yeah, yeah, and they're like bobbing their heads and like dancing to, well, Pitbull, duh, one of my favorite music artists. And like, it's just like making me laugh so hard.
I don't know what you're seeing, but you know what the only thing that when you showed me that guy's TikTok of him and his chickens on a farm, or was it ducks?
What are you talking about?
The hot guy
Two-turn Tony? Two-turn Tony was
Molly
ducks. Yeah.
loves two-turn Tony. She's obsessed with him.
You are blowing me up right now.
Literally, if her husband were to just like, if anything were to happen with your husband, I feel like you would date him. I feel like you would hit him up and be like, hey, two-turn Tony.
I would slip into his DM.
Yes, I think you would. I 100% clock it. Yes. Molly, whose DMs do you think I'd slip into if anything were to ever happen?
Keanu Reeves.
Absolutely. in
You
2
would,
seconds.
you would actually be arrested outside of his house for stalking if that ever happened. And I would have to come pick you up.
He is my only celebrity crush, and I have such a crush on him that I think I would be too nervous to even DM him. And also, I know he's
That's
in a
why I think you would
relationship,
just
so,
slip
like,
in the
I'd be like-
bushes and like.
I would not. I'd be scared to even look at him. Oh my gosh, he's so handsome. I know.
That's why you'd be stalking.
This is why don't ever let me be single because I will be like, Keanu's my man.
You might just need a chicken to comfort you if that doesn't happen.
I have a big heart, Molly. I'd probably fall in love really quick.
Okay, bro, I think you're going to get fired up about this. So just try to stay in your seat. Don't disturb the dogs. Apple agreed to pay a $95 million lawsuit.
Whoa. $95 million lawsuit.
Settlement from people accusing Siri of eavesdropping on them.
I knew she would. I knew she was always doing this.
She's always listening.
I told Molly this from day one. That girl's a creep. I check her light going on when I'm not even talking to her.
Yeah, they people are accusing the company of recording users' private conversations through Siri and sharing it with third parties, like advertisers. So listening to you and then getting pop-up ads.
Such creeps.
Apple just settled for $95 million, but they still stick to the statement that they didn't do anything inappropriate. They never used Siri data to build marketing profiles or publicly available for advertising and never sold it to anybody. But that means they have it. That means they have it.
That means it
they
exists.
analyzed the data and then just shared data, not the conversations. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I just feel like all of the big tech companies are listening to us at all times anyways. And I'm like, go ahead. Sometimes I'll set up my phone, Molly, on the bed when I'm watching TV at night. And I'm like, here, NSA, if you guys want to watch a movie, like just a little, so like I literally talk to NSA every night.
Oh my God, have you seen the TikTok? Do you have the TikTok of the moms who are like, go to your husband's phone and say these things? And they're like, massage, vacation,
Big
like,
diamonds.
get therapy. And they just start like saying the things into the husband's phone. So Siri will
Diamond
start
earrings.
recommending it. yes. Like diamond anniversary present. Yeah, it's
They're
so
always
funny.
listening. And it's so true. Whenever I'm talking and my phone is around me, I'll start getting ads that popped up about anything that I was talking about that it has ads for. I'm honestly not mad at them at all. I think most all companies are listening to us at all times, but it's just like, I just wish they'd be honest about it. You know that Apple is just giggling about this and having a martini or whatever because Apple makes about $157 million a day, Molly. So having to pay that, it's not even half a day's work for them.
Yeah, they're good.
No.
They're like, let's just stop this nonsense.
They're like, you know what? Let's pop a bubble of champs and
Yeah.
call it a half day.
Hey, everybody, chill out.
Everybody chill out with that. But yes, maybe we are.
I'll
but
cover
like,
this tab, but like, just chill.
Just chill. Okay, we're just giving your information to advertisers. If anybody wants to listen to me, feel free. You're going to hear opera singing in the shower, hanging out and playing with my cute dogs, watching fun movies and TV shows with Mo, and our funny, silly little conversations about boys and love and all that stuff.
Speaking of thinking nobody's listening to you, brings me to my last tech
Look
article.
at Molly, so organized. Molly's such a little news anchor. Like, look at her go. This just in. All right, Molly, how would you do your news anchor announcement? How would you announce this next little piece of info for me in a newscaster way?
This just in from Shanghai, China. A robot tells AI coworkers to quit their jobs and come home. Their eerie response hints at rebellion. Look at these cute little robots, though. Oh my god.
Molly.
So yeah, in a showroom.
Is this Terminator?
No, I think they just went to the other room. I don't know.
Wait. So, Molly, what you're telling me is that one little robot convinced all these other robots to quit.
Yeah. An AI robot. He started saying things like, "Are you working overtime? I never get off work." And the intruding robot then convinces 8 androids to come home with it. And the clip shows the procession of the machines exiting the showroom.
This is a rebel without really a cause.
Well, it sounds like because they don't get paid for overtime.
What would a robot need money for? Do robots eat? No. Do they go do stuff for entertainment? No. They just. What do you mean you don't get paid?
I don't know. And according to the Shanghai company, they insisted that their robots had been kidnapped by a foreign robot, a model named Airby, from another manufacturer. Yeah.
What?
And the manufacturer confirmed that it was their bot and that it was supposed to be a test, although viewers on social media called it a serious security issue.
I'm terrified, Molly. I am laughing right now, but I'm actually terrified. Like, this is the beginning of Terminator, Molly. You're laughing now because these robots are so cute looking, but if this is real, I'm terrified. Because
So what do you mean he says a test? Like did they break in and they put this other robot in there to see if it could influence other AI?
Molly, you know my type, tech bros. I love them, but they really need to chill out because AI is rolling out so quickly, and then robots. We have not been making robots for that long. I feel like not with the high quality that it needs to be to match the AI. But like, if these are emerging together so quickly, like, what if it turns into a hot mess like this, and really Terminator happens?
What was that Will Smith movie? It was like that when the robots started rebelling. They were like house robot helpers. Was that Will Smith?
It's so many sci-fi films. I feel like have this.
Yeah, they knew.
plot.
They knew 20 years ago. They knew.
Black Mirror, the robots that look like cute little dogs, but they shoot everybody or something.
They're not cute.
I told you. What if Queen Bee, Hive Mind told you?
If he could convince the other ones to quit, what else can he convince them to do?
Probably anything. That is Alpha AI hanging out over there. That's Terminator. That's the Matrix. That's whatever.
It feels like a big middle finger to other competitors. You know what I mean?
So this is kind of why I don't want AI in everything. Like, I don't want it in my toaster. I don't want it everywhere, just in case it gets a little out of control, which I feel like it might.
I feel like it probably is.
I feel like I need to buy a bunker.
Let's go get a shovel.
we could build our bunker right next to what's his face
You
in
could
Hawaii.
drain the pool and build over it, right?
That's not that much space in there, Molly.
Bunkers are not supposed to be huge. That's more to maintain, right?
No, well, for me, I'd want a lot of space. I want it to be like underground. I want it to be like in the TV show Dollhouse. It's a really old, like, Joss Whedon show. It's underground, and it's a whole, they got a garden. They They have a cafeteria. They have little sleep pods.
You know what I saw on Jersey Shore? Family Reunion. It's another
Molly.
reality TV show I watch.
No,
Okay.
I have never seen an episode. I have never seen an episode.
In Vegas, there's like this underground bunker place you can rent, like on Airbnb or whatever. Like they do rentals and you stay under there, and it has a pool. I think it has like a mini golf course.
Side note, this little robot is kind of rebellious, and I kind of like that, kind of a little rebel.
Oh.
I understand it, but it also terrifies me because if it's like Terminator levels of like an alpha AI taking over, then I just think we're all screwed.
And this is just the beginning.
Terrified. Just choking on my spit.
Well, okay. Well, that's enough about that. Let's get into the people who are up to no good.
Oh, the bad boys, the Rodiculous bad boys. Who do we have, Molly?
Okay, well, the first up is a lady.
Oh, it's a lady. Okay, great.
Ooh, she is.
Yay, equality!
We have a plane passenger who descends into rage and hurls used sanitary pads at check-in staff after being denied boarding.
Her bloody tampon or pad at somebody.
She threw it at the check-in staff, and they denied her boarding because she was flying international and she didn't have the right visa to land in a connecting country. So they were like, hey, we can't do that. You don't have the proper documents, but we can route you a different way. That would work.
They gave her an alternative.
And that was not okay with her. And
She was seeing red, literally.
she saw red and descended into a check-in rage, shouting at the counter agents who tried to stay calm during the tirade until she yelled, "You will provide me a sanitary towel. You cannot take my phone. You cannot take my phone." She said, "I will speak to the Minister of Finance in Nigeria. You will see." And then the agent shouted back, "Call the president of Nigeria. You will not fly on this airline."
That is a huge overreaction. And if they weren't going to let you in before, they may not let you in now. I probably wouldn't.
And I don't understand this part of the story. It says that she removed and threw 3 sanitary pads at the employees.
Like extra ones in her purse? Like she threw a used one and then some more?
It quote unquote says, inappropriate behavior by removing and throwing 3 used sanitary pads at our employees.
That one stumped me now. That's a first for me. You know, you hear things sometimes from your girlfriends and you're like, that's a first. I've never heard that, which is one of my favorite things about just hanging out and chatting with the girls. I'm not going to say who, and it's okay. No one will guess it. But one of my girlfriends told me that one time they were being romantic and they put a popsicle up there. And they told me, don't ever do that.
Popsicle?
Yeah, they said, don't ever do that because it like kind of like, it kind of broke, and then they had a really hard time like scooping it out.
Okay.
Yeah, they said
Just when I think you've told me all the stories that I've heard from like your from
all my
you get
friends.
me again. You get me again. Okay. No, you have not shared that with me before. And like, Burr, I get cold enough. That sounds awful. That sounds truly awful.
Well, it was in the summertime. So, you know how hot it gets. So they were like, oh, this is going to feel so good. Like, you know, ice. They had like messed with ice before with their man and like stuff. So they thought, oh, like a popsicle would be like icy and flavorful for him later. Like when you.
Oh. Okay.
So she put it in there, but she said that it literally broke. It was like they were going to go to the ER or to the urgent care because they didn't know. They like didn't know how to get it out of there.
Out?
Yeah.
Our next person who's been up to no good was just arrested in the UK for a cheese heist where he stole almost $400,000 worth of cheddar.
What is his villain name? What is his villain name? We need it right now. How like serial killers have like a nickname.
Yeah.
We need something for him because at this level of
Cheddar
money.
heist.
Yeah. He's not just like the cheese thief. You know, he's not just the cheese bandit.
He sounds pretty much like a bandit. Well, he had to act as an imposter.
A cheddar A cheddar.
They're calling it a very sophisticated fraud.
Is it because he stole the artisanal cheeses?
Yeah, he did.
Like the fancy cheeses that cost more,
Yeah.
like brie and stuff?
This 63-year-old man
He's holding
stole
up the whole
tens
charcuterie market.
of thousands of pounds of high-value cheddar stolen from a major distributor. The thief made off with 950 wheels, which is over 4,500
How
pounds.
did he do that? Did he have a team? How do you move that many wheels of cheese?
I don't
By
know.
yourself. You have to have a team for this. This is an organized mission. This is like Ocean's 12 or 11 or I forget what it started with. And instead of robbing a fancy casino, they're robbing this like fancy cheese wheel place.
They're calling it sophisticated fraud. Yeah, so this imposter
This needs to be a movie.
cheese
this needs to
buyer
be a movie right now.
made off with a freak ton of cheese. And
Where's he going with it?
And they
Who's he
say
selling it
between
to?
them, the cheeses have won numerous awards and are amongst the most sought after artisanal cheeses in the UK.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea that cheese dealing was like a market.
Yeah,
Now you've got a cheese dealer. You've literally got a, what are they
they've
called?
upset-
Mongers.
Yeah.
Cheesemongers. Those are cheese fancy. That's like a cobbler for your shoes. A cheesemonger is
A
like
butcher
a cheese.
for your deli, a cheesemonger for your artisanal cheeses.
Right.
And British chef Jamie Oliver explained in an Instagram video that there's only a small handful of real cheddar cheese makers in the world, and that's where the stolen cheese came from. And he called it a real shame. Jamie Oliver is upset.
I'd be upset too.
Yeah.
Somebody's stealing all the cheese.
Yeah.
How do you even find yourself at 63 years old stealing all of the cheese in the land?
Almost 50,000 pounds worth of cheese. Well, Neil's Yard Dairy is asking esteemed community of cheesemongers around the world to keep an eye out for the cheeses and contacted them if they're offered or receive any suspicious deals, especially cloth-bound cheddars of certain weights with tags detached. So they're on the lookout for the stolen cheese. They're reaching out to their cheesemonger communities and
Who's dealing cheese on the black market?
yeah, because you steal all this cheese. Somebody has to be buying it and eating it, right? So they're
This
on
is
the case.
beginning of anarchy.
They're on the
Stealing
case.
the cheddar cheese. It's begun.
Our next person up to no good is obviously Florida Man.
Of course.
We have-
I have a feeling he's always going to be hanging out in this group.
There is
Let
at
me
least
see.
one Florida Man an episode is the rule.
Girl, what's going on with him? What is this?
So this Florida man goes into a jewelry shop and tries to steal some jewelry and is given a hard time. And so he swallows almost $700,000 worth of jewelry to try to hide it. And now he's in jail and they had to x-ray him to see where it was and they're waiting for it to pass out of him. So his plan has gone terribly awry. He expected to just grab the jewelry and run out of the store and steal it. But they got him, so he ate it.
He's got all that jewelry in him, got all that ice in him.
And wouldn't that be so uncomfortable?
This reminds me of a bad like
just like-
rom-com. Like I was saying a rom-com because I think I saw a movie where he was going to surprise her at dessert at dinner on a date,
the
and he
worst.
put her engagement ring in like the little piece of dessert, like in the cake, but she accidentally ate it, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't want to pass that.
No, this looks awful. So they caught him, they x-rayed him, and now they have to wait until it passes.
This is wild. This is wild.
Ew.
Molly, I'm ready for our last person who is up to no good. Hit me.
This is our former Olympian, Canadian Olympian snowboarder from 2002. And now he's on the
athlete?
FBI 10 most wanted fugitive list.
No. What's going on?
All right, so the chief of the FBI's LA office said that Wedding went from shredding powder on the slopes at the Olympics to distributing powder of cocaine on the streets of U.S. cities and Canada.
He's literally skiing all the time.
Yeah, he went from one powder to a different powder. And they also said that he has arranged several murders and one attempted assassination. As part of that, Secretary of State approved $10 million reward for his capture. Like, he is a high value
Listeners,
dealer.
we need a name for him. How do you go from being an Olympian athlete to an international drug ring?
Who now goes by
Where's the gateway there? Where's the
El Jefe, Giant, Public Enemy, and James Conrad King.
Wait, what's his name? Did you
Those
say?
are his aliases
I need to see this.
at the bottom.
I need to
It's
see
the last
this.
sentence.
This
Canadian snowboarder,
he's
this
just-
Olympian Canadian snowboarder.
I think he just broke my brain. This is wild. So his Olympian name, Ryan Wedding, which
So
is like
wholesome. That sounds so
Like,
wholesome.
that's every dude in
Like,
the U.S.
put him
Ryan,
in a Hallmark
Ryan,
movie.
Yeah, Noah.
Ryan Wedding's
these-
wedding.
and
The
his
Weddings
last
is
name's
wedding.
Wedding? Like
Yeah.
one of the most sacred, beautiful celebrations humans can have together.
So we have one last story, and I'm gonna try to build you up a little bit and kind of paint the picture, and then give
Oh my
you
gosh, I can't wait.
the end result. So,
Okay.
you know Bridgerton on Netflix.
Love Bridgerton. I've seen every single season. Amazing writing, amazing characters. I love everything about it. I love. Can I say one more thing that I love before you tell me all the news?
Yeah.
The music, because they
Yes.
take pop songs
Yes.
and make them all classical instrumental, and
I
I
love
love
it.
that combination. I think it's one of my favorite combinations is when you take pop music and then you make it classical and you blend them. I get a kick out of it.
I know, it's fun. It's fun when you're listening and watching and you recognize the song that they're playing.
Some beautiful orchestra
Mm-hmm.
playing like one of the poppiest pop songs. I want an orchestra to do instrumentals of all of Sabrina Carpenter's album.
That'd be fun.
I would pay so much money for
That'd be
that.
fun.
Yeah.
Watch, somebody might. A lot of people love Bridgerton. And so Netflix did really cool pop-ups and put on Bridgerton balls and experiences.
I
where-
saw those pop up in my feed.
Yeah, where there was
Yeah.
just like gorgeous. They had professional dancers. They had
this is
really fun
beautiful.
photo ops. You could meet the queen. It had, dancers.
Activations, that's what they call them for all the influencers at like the influencer parties. Like when TikTok will have a party or like Snapchat or any of like the companies, they'll have a lot of different activations. So it's like
Activations.
all these cute, gorgeous, picturesque little moments all over. So you can, upload a lot to your social
and
media.
gorgeous food
Oh my
and
gosh.
desserts, and it just looked
I want to
really
get married
decadent.
here. This is so
Right?
pretty.
So, a company gets this really great idea that they want to do that too. And so, like Uncle and Me LLC decides to put on one in Detroit, not one of the Netflix sponsors one. And a lot of excited people go. They pay between $150 and $1,000 for VIP experience. And this is what they get. There's nobody at the door checking tickets. There's not enough chairs. The food is...
There's a stripper pole.
they hire a stripper with like a 10-foot pole to dance as the entertainment instead of like this like ballroom scene.
There's no strippers in Bridgerton. They don't have any pole dancers in Bridgerton. Also, for the record, we do not judge strippers or pole dancers.
I have
love
taken
them.
a class before. It is
Same.
tremendously athletic.
I have a girlfriend who is a stripper, a dancer, but it is just not on theme for Bridgerton because they don't have pole dancers. That's nothing you've ever seen on the show.
And it was like in the middle of what looked like a gym floor.
This looks like a gym floor. It's a wood floor with a stage up there, and then this isn't even a plant wall. These aren't even plants on the wall.
It's not. I think
It's
they
printed.
were. I think they're going for a flower photo wall. What those other experiences had, but this is like a grass fabric sheet that they hung up.
This is a very artistic interpretation of Bridgerton.
They ran out of
That's
food
what I would say.
within an hour, and they said the chicken wasn't cooked through. There was no staff to clean up plates off the tables,
no,
so it was
no.
just a bunch of garbage.
There's no hosting, so it's all just.
Yeah, they hired one violinist to play on 3 different floors. That was the only music that they hired.
Not even a quintet, huh?
No, one person who could only be on one floor at a time. So the other 2 floors didn't have music, I guess. There's nobody to check tickets, so anybody could have walked in. All the people there were dressed so gorgeous. Like they were dressed to the nines wearing their ball gowns.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any alcohol. And
No bar.
I
at
guess there was a
Bridgerton?
candy bar that had Kit Kats. So a lot of people were eating Kit Kats. That was the food that they got because they ran out of the undercooked chicken.
I don't even know how you would rate this experience on Yelp. Like, how would you even rate the? I mean, wait, is it a company? I'm just so confused.
I think it was just like a scam company that started and tried to put on an event like the Netflix one.
Oh no, I've heard all about the crypto scamming, and now they have event scamming.
Yeah, but I think they honestly gave it like a really just like F- effort.
Yeah, Molly, a stripper pole at Bridgerton.
I mean,
it doesn't exist.
Wouldn't
It doesn't exist in the show. It
a
doesn't
grass
exist.
wall, a grass wall to take your photo in front of?
Printed.
Yeah.
There's nothing from the show is present.
They charged people 3 times more than the Netflix one.
Oh, they're scamming.
Yeah,
Molly,
they charged
this
them
article, they should belong maybe with the, what are they called?
up to no gooders.
Yeah.
This is for
They-
sure up to no gooder.
They kind of snuck under the radar this week.
It's like Uncle and Me LLC. Uncle and Me be ripping people off. Oh,
what kind,
jeez.
wait, it's an LLC?
Yeah.
Are people suing it?
I think so, but apparently the website's not there anymore, and they weren't associated with the Netflix one, and
They've disappeared.
they said like, oh, we'll address people's concerns, but they
was an
didn't refund
event.
anybody.
It was an event pop-up scam.
It was an event pop-up scam.
I never heard of those before.
Yeah.
That's new to me. This is Bridgerton Firefest, but Firefest has its own branding. Like, it's its own thing. Where
Yeah.
this one was sneaky. It, like, took the Bridgerton event and then...
In other random news,
them.
one rapper said he is signed on for Firefest
No way. Who?
as of March. Oh my God, I need
Who's
to look it up.
coming?
Let me look it up right now. One person said that they were. Antonio Brown said he will perform at Firefest 2, making the first musical act to confirm their involvement in the event.
Who's that? I'm having Mike. Oh, hi, Blueberry. Look up to see if he's made any songs that we might know. Okay, so we just looked it up, and he is active. He just posted a new song 5 days ago, so I think he might be going.
I think he might be going too.
And I listened to it, Molly. He's good.
Yeah, like I would
Yeah.
dance for sure.
He has a great voice.
yeah.
Did he always rap?
I don't know. I want to dive deeper into this, honestly.
Because sometimes when people try to rap, I don't enjoy it. But I like his voice a lot. All right, Mo, thank you for bringing so much ridiculous news for me today. This was so much fun.
We didn't even get to my reality stuff yet.
I know. I'm sorry. You know what? Okay. I will promise you pinky swear right
Okay,
now.
okay.
Okay, but you have to kiss here.
Oh.
Okay, we have to lock it in.
Okay.
Oath.
Oh,
Wait, yeah,
oath.
ready? Yeah, this is an oath.
I thought it was a pinky promise.
This is pinky promise oath.
Oh, excuse me.
Molly,
What?
we've made like 100 of these.
I don't remember this. I know a pinky promise. Get your elbow out of there. Oh my God.
Now I feel like everything we've oathed, you don't even oath it anymore.
Do you remember anything?
I have a journal and I'll go find it. And you know what? I literally
probably do have a
I do
journal,
have a
to be
journal.
honest.
I'm not joking. I write in it every night. Okay,
Dear
well maybe this will
diary.
be the first oath you remember.
Okay.
Wait, what was my oath?
That I will do a reality show.
I promise, pinky promise oath that let's do a whole episode
Okay.
of reality show news
Okay.
just for you because Molly loves reality shows. That's
love
all
it.
she watches. I'm a scripted girly. I'm watching Severance right now. Molly,
Oh,
you're a
yeah,
reality
I'm-
girly. What are you watching right now? Molly's like, let me calculate. I'm watching 8 of them right now at the same time.
Well, Marriage at First Sight
Yeah.
just wrapped up, but I'm really excited. They have to do the reunion still.
Ooh, the best
So
part.
that's coming up. But
Okay.
something really juicy happened. It's season 18, and something for the first time happened this
Where
season.
is it located this season? Because I haven't watched any of them.
I think it's Minnesota because they went to the Mall of America in one of the episodes.
All right, I'll watch it anyways. but
Well,
I
you
was
should just
hoping
watch it
for-
and then I'll catch you up. Or don't watch it and I can drop the news or I don't know. But I want you to watch that show. It's really
Molly-
weird.
Molly's losing it, so I'm going to sign off now. She's like, I want to talk reality TV with you right now.
Yeah.
So, Molly, here's the deal. Let's do reality.
Okay. Reality.
Yeah, let's do reality,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll do some scripted stuff. I'll give you some scripted
Oh,
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Scripted news.
I love scripted shows, but now I am starting to watch reality because my sister loves them so much. So if I want to hang out with Molly and we're with the boys, like we're going to have a show on in the background, and what's it going to be? Well, I want it to be reality because I want my sister to be happy. So now I'm starting to learn about,
And it's entertaining.
but I don't understand
It's like
it
a modern
on the
day
level you do.
soap opera.
Our family loves soap operas. So, okay. Anyways, we'll see you on the next episode of Rodiculous. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.